Becky, and I'm going to take you through a 20 to 30-minute morning mobility yoga session. First of all, we're going to check in with the breath. So just place your hands palms down on your knees or at the ankles. You can gently close your eyes, and I'd like you to take a nice long deep inhale through the nose, and then we're going to exhale through the nose as well. As you inhale, feel the belly and the chest rise. As you exhale, draw the tummy in towards the spine. If you're familiar with the Ujjayi breath or the ocean breath, then feel free to adopt this during your practice. That means you're inhaling and exhaling through the nose, and you're going to close off the throat, which makes a kind of ocean wave sound. It's known as the cleansing breath and can be really, really helpful to relax and slow everything down during your practice. Next, we're going to start some movements with the head and the neck. So we're going to take some slow circles with the head, moving in time with the breath. So as we bring the head upwards, we'll do that on the inhale, and we'll exhale as we drop the chin down to the chest. Make sure to change direction. And then inhale, drawing back to center. Now we'll take some shoulder movement. So we'll start by just hunching the shoulders up to the ears on an inhale, and as we exhale, dropping them down. And we'll do this 3 to 5 times. Now let's roll the shoulders forwards. And backwards. Now we're going to warm up the sort of midsection, the torso of the body. So we'll start with a slight side bend. Place the right hand to the side of you between your knee and your hip. On a nice inhale, you're going to draw the left arm up and over, and exhale to stretch the left hand side of the body whilst engaging the core, particularly feeling here in the obliques and squeezing that right hand side. Keep awareness in your alignment here. We want both of our hip bones to be in contact with the mat, but we also want our chest and shoulders to be open rather than letting one drop forwards or sliding back. Again, we're always looking to lengthen and reach further on the inhale, and then get deeper into the pose on the exhale. Feel free to take this as a dynamic movement. You can lift up on an inhale, lengthen, draw the crown of the head towards the sky, and then bend deeper on the exhale. We'll inhale, come back up to center, place the left palm down, and exhale over to the left hand side, keeping those alignment points from earlier. Inhale, come back up. So now we're going to take a seated twist. We're going to bring our left palm to our right knee. Inhale, bring the right arm up, and exhale to place it behind us, which makes us twist towards the rear of the mat. As we inhale, our chest is opening, our shoulders are drawing back, and we're really lengthening to sit tall. As we exhale, we're twisting deeper into the pose. If your neck feels stiff as a morning, then feel free to keep your gaze over that knee as opposed to drawing it right over the shoulder. Take one last inhale. Exhale, see if you can get a little bit further around. Then inhale, back to center. Inhale, draw the left arm up, and then place it behind you. You may find that one side is better than the other, or you get slightly deeper on one side. That's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it, but remember to work on your weaker side. Inhale, exhale one last time, a little bit deeper. And then we'll inhale, back to center. So our tabletop position, we want to remember our alignment. So my shoulders are stacked above my wrists and my hips stacked above my knees. Hands are shoulder width apart and my knees are hip width apart. So it should feel relatively natural. We want to keep the core active here, particularly around the midsection, so that we remain stable. First of all, we're just going to start with warming up our wrists. So I want you to rock backwards and forwards on the wrists to begin with. If it feels like there's a little bit too much pressure, you can draw the hands slightly closer to the knees. But if not, keep them aligned in your tabletop. And then once you're ready, start drawing a big circle about the hands. Moving forward on the inhale and letting the glutes brush the heels on the exhale. If you've done 2 to 3 on one side, you can change direction. And then inhale, coming back to your neutral tabletop position. This time I'm going to turn my fingers so that they're facing towards my knees, and I'm just going to start that rocking motion again, back and forth a little bit. Core engaged, I'm still squeezing with the tummy so that I'm not dropping my tummy down and not arching the back. Then you can also place the backs of your hands down. I tend to bring my hands closer to my knees here, because otherwise the pressure is quite uncomfortable. And then side to side. Both sides of the hands. And then sit back, give the hands and wrists a little bit of a shake. And let's start warming up the core. So, to begin with, coming back into our tabletop position, we're going to start with some cat-cows. So, inhale, drop the belly down, sending the gaze and the hips towards the ceiling. Exhale, rounding the spine, tucking the pelvis and tailbone under. And then move through this in time with your own breath. back to a neutral position. I'm going to do some arm and leg extensions. So on an inhale, we're going to rise the left arm up, right leg up. Flex the foot here because that helps to really engage the glutes so that we're raising the leg using the muscles, not just our frame here. We're also protecting the lower back from arching. On an exhale, we're going to draw knee to elbow. Inhale to the back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, send the foot back. Exhale, breathe in. 2 more. And we'll do the same on the other side. So inhale, left leg, right arm up. Remembering to keep your hips parallel with the mat here. We're trying not to open them out or letting the left hip drop down. Keeping a nice neutral alignment. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. And release the hands and the knees to the mat. And if you like, you can bring the knees to the width of the mat. Send the glutes back to sit on the heels. Reaching the palms in front, fingers spread. Come into your child's pose. Resting your forehead on the mat. Take a few breaths here just to check in. Notice any areas that are stiff. Maybe if you've lost that rhythm in your breathing, then try and bring that back. Then on the next inhale, you're going to come back up through tabletop, curl the toes under, exhale, sending the hips high, pedaling those feet in your first downward dog, or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Checking that the fingers are spread and we're actually pressing through the joints in the fingers as well, particularly the base of the fingers, and not just the palms of the hands. Feet are about a hip width apart. Notice how I'm pedaling the legs out here. When it's the first one of the day, it's important that we don't try and do too much too soon. So keep the legs moving, a generous bend in the knees. Always trying to send the hips up to the ceiling, whilst I'm gradually drawing my heels down to the mat. But it's not important if your heels don't reach the mat. What's more important is that we get this nice shape, nice lengthened spine. Take a nice generous bend with both knees. Exhale, lengthen. Be careful as well that your ribs aren't flaring out too much. We're trying to tuck the lower ribs under. It's very easy to think we need to arch. And on an inhale, we're just going to walk the feet up to the top of the mat and then slowly roll the body up. And the last thing to come out, rolling those shoulders back. The next thing we'll do is our sun salutation. We're just going to do variation A, which is slightly shorter, but it's a nice one to do first thing in the morning. So I'll meet you in Tadasana at the top of the mat. So starting in your mountain pose, you can either start with your feet hip width apart or feet close together with your big toes touching, whatever works for you. We're going to activate the legs, really work the glutes here, squeezing the core, standing in a nice powerful stance, palms facing forwards. Relax the neck and relax the face. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we're going to fold forwards. Inhale, half lift, sending the weight into the heels, the hips come backwards, but we want a nice lengthened spine. Option to place your hands on your shins or the thighs if they don't quite meet the floor. Exhale, fold again. We're going to step the right foot back, followed by the left. And we're going to exhale, chaturanga, or you can just lower your body onto the mat. Inhale to up dog, noticing that my knees and upper thighs aren't in contact with the mat. If you wish to take cobra, then you would drop your knees and thighs onto the mat. You can take a slight micro bend in the arms as well. And then we exhale to down dog. Inhale, right leg comes up, place it between the hands. We're going to plant that back foot at a 45-degree angle. Inhale the arms up, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Again, check in with your alignment. Keep awareness in that front knee so that it stays stacked above the ankle and it's not dropping in or out. We also want to maintain awareness in our hips so that they are square with the top of the mat. One last inhale to reach. Exhale, plant the hands down, taking our vinyasa. And meeting you again in down dog. This time we'll inhale, the left foot comes up, place it between the hands, plant the right. Stay nice and strong in our warrior one, really active in that back leg. Again, maintain the awareness in that front knee. Inhale to reach, exhale, plant the hands down, and we're either lowering all the way to the floor and coming up to cobra, or chaturanga to up dog. Exhaling to send the hips high and take your downward facing dog. Inhale, walk the feet to the hands. Take your half lift. Exhale, the weight comes to the middle of the feet, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, back to Tadasana. To finish off this quick morning session, I'm going to take you through a pranayama, so a breathing exercise. So once again, take a comfortable seat. Again, whether it's sitting cross-legged like I am or on your knees, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to take you through the Nadi Shodhana. So once you're comfortable, we're going to bring one hand palm facing. We're going to place the first and second fingers between the eyebrows on your third eye. We're then going to block off one nostril with the thumb. We'll inhale through the nostril that's open, then close both. We'll then release the thumb and exhale through that side. We'll then take another inhale, close with the thumb, hold, and then exhale through the other side. Try and inhale for around 4 to 8 seconds, hold for 5 to 10 seconds, and then exhale for the same amount of time that you inhaled for. Thanks for checking out my video. I hope you're feeling warm and ready for the rest of the day. I wish you all the best. Namaste.